teachings of Islam. And what do we need to do as Muslims when we are facing such problem? Do you think that, subhanAllah, this problem wasn't in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam time? It wasn't that time, and it was even worse. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, since he started the message, he was spreading a lot of lies about him sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the degree that the leaders of, subhanAllah, the other tribes, when they were visiting Mecca, the first people that they will meet, like the leaders of Quraysh, they were telling them like, there is a man here, he's a magician, he is like crazy, he's this and that, do not listen to him. One of the leaders, he decided, his name is Tufail bin Amr, he decided to put cotton in his ears so he will not listen to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam what he's saying. Quraysh at that time, the time of ignorance, they know that the media is the key that will control like the community. And we need to know that today as well. If the kuffar at that time, 1400 years ago, they know about the key, how to control the people and how to spread these messages, we need to use that knowledge as well. It's not, subhanAllah, hidden knowledge. But what we see, subhanAllah, our communities, they're not, subhanAllah, oriented toward the media to spread, subhanAllah, the message of Islam. And guess what, subhanAllah? If you're not speaking about yourself, introduce yourself to the people that you are Muslim and this is the Islam. If you're not talking about your Islam, other people will talk about your Islam. And these people, who are they? They're your haters. They're your enemy. And are they gonna say good words about you? No. They will always spread, subhanAllah, more messages. And that's the first step. They will start making assumptions. The haters will take opportunity to spread it, and you will still find the Muslims thinking like, okay, somebody else will defend us. Somebody else will defend the Muslims. You should take that responsibility. When we ignore that, the people start, subhanAllah, stereotyping that whatever they are hearing in the media about Muslims. And this khalas, subhanAllah, is going to be the facts in their mind, although that, subhanAllah, is false information. So, everybody here is responsible. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every person is responsible for is a shepherd and is responsible for his sheep. Which means, you are, subhanAllah, like the man of the family, you should be focused to teach your children how to talk about, like, subhanAllah, Islam to other people who are not Muslims. Do not feel afraid, subhanAllah. Even the Muslims, when they are working or studying or going anywhere, they will hide that they are Muslims. They will, subhanAllah, you say assalamu alaikum, they'll say hi. What's that response? That's not, subhanAllah, our Islam. Subhanallah, you try like it's time for salah. No, I don't want them to see me praying. Why? You're at work, same thing. I don't want to go to Friday prayer because, subhanallah, they will think that I'm wasting the time. Who told you that? I know a lot of stories, subhanallah, of Muslims. They are hesitating. They are ashamed. There is nothing to be ashamed in Islam. Islam is clear and straightforward, subhanallah. When you talk about Islam, like, you should always be proud of it, because, subhanallah, the Islam is the first, subhanallah, rules that came with the human rights in the time of ignorance. Humanity has to wait for 1400 years, subhanallah, to get that human rights. And subhanallah, now they are talking, subhanallah, Islam is ignorance and subhanallah is backward. What is the reason? Because we are not speaking about ourselves. We are letting our haters to talk about us. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the way he dealt with the haters is the teaching from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال في كتابه الكريم وَلَا تَسْتَوِي الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا السَّيِّئَةُ. So, the bad deed and the good deed, they're not equal. So, what should you do when you face one of these haters? إِدْفَعْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Repel the evil, subhanallah, with doing the good deed, the best way to deal with that. And subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala thinks it's not that it. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. So the person that who's your enemy will feel like, subhanAllah, you are good friends. And that's, subhanAllah, example of one of the, subhanAllah, ahbar al-Yahud, the scholars of the Yahud. He lent Rasulullah some gold. And subhanAllah, he came before the time of paying the loan. And he brought Rasulullah who told him, like, you are always delaying your debt. Pay me now. And subhanAllah, he pulled Rasulullah from his clothes. Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiallahu anhu, he stood up and he asked Rasulullah to bill him. Rasulullah told him, no, take him, give him what he needs, and also gave him other 20 sa' of dates. That's extra. That Jew scholar in the way, what did he do? He said, Wallahi, I was checking the signs of prophethood in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And one of the signs that حِلْمَهُ يَسْبِقُ غَضَبَهُ. So his patience, and patience is not the accurate translation because there is sabr and hilm. Sabr is you might be patient, hold your horses even if you are angry. But hilm, you will still smile. That's Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he said, and this is the last sign. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So the good manners. To be patient. To explain to people. Rasulullah one day, he was walking. He found, subhanAllah, an old woman. She was carrying and she's struggling with carrying her loads. Rasulullah carried her loads and kept walking with her all the way. And she was talking. At the end, like when they arrived, she told him, my son, I cannot pay you anything. But the only thing that I could give you is an advice. There is a man here, they are saying his name is Muhammad. Okay? If you see him, do not listen to him. He is like calling to something, it's not part of us. Rasulullah told him, I am Muhammad. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So people accept Islam just with the good manners. And this is the first key. We need to use it, subhanAllah, to deal with this Islamophobia. Media is also a key that we need to use it. SubhanAllah, at the time Prophet Muhammad was very difficult. Somebody like will control the media. Like SubhanAllah, now we have social media everywhere. Even the kids, they can start using it. So we should know how to use this technology to promote our Islam. We're not going to lie about Islam. We are just revealing the truth. And guess what? The people, when they know about this truth, they feel shocked. The third thing that we need to do is the daawah. Why are we talking about the daawah? It's also, this is, subhanAllah, the mission of the Anbiya, the prophets. And subhanAllah, every prophet, when he was leaving a place, he was, subhanAllah, like assigned Khalifa after him. So Musa alayhi salam, when he left to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the court, he chose, subhanAllah, he chose Harun. Rasulullah alayhi wasallam, when he left for Ghazwa, Tabuk, he decided to choose Ali ibn Abi Talib. And these people kept carrying, like subhanAllah, dawah until they came back. Sahaba kept carrying it as well. So Muslims at this time, subhanAllah, we are 1.8 billion Muslims. Can't we do dawah? If every one of us spent 1 hour of his time, do you think, subhanAllah, this rumors and subhanAllah, this like wrong information about Islam still be, subhanAllah, there? No. That means we're not doing our job. SubhanAllah. We started dawah in Winnipeg. It's a place, SubhanAllah, few people there. And the people, when they just, SubhanAllah, come and ask about Islam, they feel shocked. A lot of misinformation that they have. And SubhanAllah, in few months, that less than 3 months, we had 16 Muslims. And that's just, SubhanAllah, 2 hours a week. 1 day a week, 2 hours, and that's it. Just stand, but ask me about Islam. Can't we do that? Everybody should do part of that. Community. You should do something for the community. And when you are doing that, or when you are at your work, you should make sure, SubhanAllah, that you are spreading the good manners of the Muslim. You are perfecting your job. And all of these things for one reason, because you're a Muslim. You're good at your work, you're good at your manners, you are good at everything because you are a Muslim. Do not feel ashamed. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the closest one among you to me is the one who has the best manners. SubhanAllah. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also said, I was sent to perfect the good manners. So the manners, knowledge, you should learn about your Islam. So when you get asked questions, do not be ignorant, because subhanAllah, you have all the tools to learn. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ وَمُسْلِمَةٍ. Like seeking knowledge is mandatory for every Muslim and Muslimah. Do not expect that, okay, we have scholars, we have shuyukh, we have imam, that's their job. It's not my job now. My job is just to eat and subhanAllah work and sleep. That's not the life. It's responsibility for every Muslim. If you're subhanAllah spending subhanAllah just subhanAllah half an hour, or even just subhanAllah, we have halaqat in the masajid, mashallah. Just attend these halaqat. You will learn more and more and more, subhanAllah. So inshallah, all of us, let's leave this place and we have niyyah in our heart that we will do something, subhanAllah, for the community, that make them know who are the Muslims, knows what is the Islam, what are the Islamic teachings that make us, subhanAllah, contribute positively to this community. That will clear, subhanAllah, the image of Islam, and do not leave other people talk about your religion while you are there. Make sure that they will listen to you, subhanAllah, and they will listen to know what is Islam from your tongue, and that's based on the good knowledge. Last thing, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught him to make da'wah, ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'idati al hasanah. Two things. Hikmah. Hikmah means wisdom and knowledge. You cannot have hikmah without, subhanAllah, knowledge. Maw'idatun hasanah, good speech, good manners when you are, subhanAllah, talking with people, argue with them. You don't have, subhanAllah, to go and fight. Just good, subhanAllah, speech with them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open their heart and their mind. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to make us from the people who will listen, subhanAllah, to a speech and take the best of it, subhanAllah.
MashaAllah. 17 non-Muslim to Islam. Among our Masjid network?
Yes, subhanAllah, it's not me. We have, mashallah,
Team, yes, there is a team, I know.
who are working, subhanAllah, together. So we are, subhanAllah, just tools that Allah, subhanAllah.
So, but just our Winnipeg Masjid, Sayyidah Abu Bakr Siddiq ta'ala the Masjid, brought 17 people to Islam. With him, there is brother Umar, there is brother, was it the other name?
Our brother
Abdul Khalik, yes. So there is a whole team, and अलवी साहब आपके लिए भी और जितने भी हमारे मस्जिद के नेटवर्क के इमाम साहिबान हैं, देखिए दावा वर्क हमारा बहुत कमजोर है. The fastest, the most important dawa work is taking place in Winnipeg, and this is the new masjid, just six months old. So please, we need to do this thing. We live in this country where we have to spread the word of Islam, the word of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, Quran. So आप इनसे पूछें कि why he's so effective. Within 5 months, 17, 18 people, and these are all young boys, by the way. हमारे लिए तो ये बच्चे हैं. हमारे लिए बच्चे हैं. He's very young, and with him all the young boys, mashallah. So इस तरह से मैं कहता हूँ कि इसको आपने करना है. हम इस मुल्क में